What is up, guys? It is Aiden and Spencer here with the Lone Pack, and today we're talking about a new free-to-play on Steam called Dirty Bomb, and this game is freaking awesome. It's a mix between TF2 and COD, and in that sense it's got the TF2-like play style, like very team-oriented, very objective-oriented, but at the same time has modern-day weapons and modern-day tactics like in COD, Call of Duty, or Battlefield, something like that. It's also a mix between Battlefield because it has game modes like that remind me of Rush, but I also say it reminds me of TF2 because it has game modes such like Payload and stuff like that, where you have to move vehicles and different objectives. The reason I like this game is because of the team-oriented game style. Like, you can't go anywhere without having your teammates with you. As you see, I just threw down a sentry there, and I'm pretty much playing as the equivalent of the engineer in TF2 right now. I can throw down a sentry, and I can use a PDW there to kind of defend and help out my team here as we push. You can see other guys in that lobby there. Right in front of me, there's a medic. There's also a guy that can throw down ammo. I think there's a sniper around there somewhere, but everyone has a different role and different play style, which helps out in the final objective pushing. So you really can't get by without having your teammates with you. As you can see here, I'm trying to take out some, pretty much what are the equivalent to heavies in here. They're called Rhino. Like, each character has a different name, like actual name. Like they're not called a specific thing like like in TF2, like Scout's called Scout, you know, and Spy's called Spy. They don't actually have names. These guys actually have names. Like the sniper, his name is like Vasily or something like that, which is a weird name, but he's like British, so it makes sense. But anyway, so kind of like in TF2, each character has its own personality, and you kind of get used to each one. They each have their own traits and sort of like that. Like, there's many different classes too. There's different classes. There's like 2 different types of medic classes. There's like 2 different types of sniper classes. There's a couple, and each class can kind of be interchangeable. Like you can see here, I'm using the engineer class. This isn't the default weapon for the engineer. We unlocked a perk, kind of like a perk card. They have cards in this game that have different perks and different weapons and stuff, which we'll talk about later in supply drops. So I got this weapon in that, and I've been running this playstyle really well here. So another thing I'd like to talk about is the maps in this game. They're not big, but they're not small. I would say they're a mix between, like, they're a crossbreed between TF2, Battlefield, and COD maps, and in that sense, they're very lengthy, like in Battlefield, but like in Call of Duty, they have many different passageways, different stairwells, different alleyways, different everything to get around, and then kind of like in TF2, there's lots of cover, there's lots of main pathways where you have to push objectives and stuff like that. So that's kind of where the maps come in. And there's a good bit of maps, like this weekend they're having a demo map that you're able to play called Dome, which is looking pretty cool. It's not textured or anything, but it's still looking pretty cool. It has like a center area for the center objectives and stuff like that. Now I'm going to give it to Spencer. He's going to talk a little bit about matchmaking and some more
hey
stuff.
guys, today we're going to be talking about matchmaking, crates and loot, and diversity, and just the badass guns that they have, just from me. And then later on we're going to go wrap it up with, we'll probably wrap it up about the badass guns, but first of all, let's talk about the matchmaking. The matchmaking is going to be probably like CSGO, but as you can see in CSGO, they added this Bloodhound thing, which requires you to get up to rank 3 to actually play competitive, which is kind of like this game, because this game requires you to get to level 5 to actually play. And I think that's really cool, because it's not letting you just jump in and do it, just play it, because that would actually really screw up the game, because in this game there might be smurfs to ruin it. I'm not sure how the ranks work in this game, but anyway, now we'll move down to crates and loot. Crates and loot, it's definitely like Battlefield in this. Definitely like Battlefield or TF2, but not as much of TF2 as it is in Battlefield. Because in TF2 you get a lot of crates and you get a lot of unlocks like guns and stuff, but TF2 you have to open those crates by buying keys, and that's just something you have to pay for. But this game is completely free to play, and you can open the crates and you get like different player models, which is my third thing I'll be talking about, diversity. They have so many unique characters that have their own personalities like TF2, and the characters, they have all these like custom guns that in the guns, like as you can see, that gun right there, like he said earlier, that gun is a custom. That gun is like a custom gun that's not the default weapon either. Alright, And I guess we can just start talking about the guns, because that basically wraps up this game besides the guns, which the guns are really unique. The sound is good, and would you like to wrap it up with anything?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about more about the guns. As you see here, I'm using like what is equivalent to pretty much like a 1911 or like a CZ in modern day. Like, of course, all these guns have different names because of copyright. It's just too much to go into getting names for all the guns and stuff. So they all have their own names, but they all, you can definitely tell they all like or resemble a real life weapon. Like there's guns in here. Like you can see the gun I'm holding right now. It kind of looks like an M4 from the top, but if you look at the bottom, it looks more like a it kind of has like more of a Thompson type look. But from the top it looks like an M4. So I think it's cool how they kind of added custom weapons in here. But there are guns that look like AKs. There's guns that look like just like AKs. There's guns that look just like M4s. There's a gun in here that looks just like the AUG. I forget what the name is. Some of like you just saw that pistol looks just like real life pistols. But the gun, like I'd like to talk about the sound effects. Besides the character like voices, which kind of get a little bit annoying because they're really repetitive. I would like to say one thing, this game is only in beta, so a lot of this stuff might be changed, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. They do have a forum where you can put down stuff. But anyways, back to what I was saying, besides the character sounds, like, that gets a little repetitive, but the gun sounds are really punchy. They have a lot of bass to them. They just sound good. Like, as you can listen here, I'll let you listen for a little bit. Next time we get some good gunfire here, I'll let you take a listen. Right here I'm placing down a sentry, just helping out the team. But, see if we can get some good gunshots in here. I think, yeah, right down this hole. You can just hear the gun. The gun's going off. It's nice, punchy, bassy, and it has lots of shells flying out. But yeah, I'd like to wrap up the video here. Overall, I'd give this game a really good review. It's impressed me so far. Most free-to-plays on Steam, you know, that don't really impress me, but this one definitely has some room for improvement, and it's already good in its current state. And like I said, it's in beta, so we'll see how it goes. But this is the Lone Pack, and we'll see you guys later.